Today, we're gonna take a look at one of the most overlooked and potentially one of the most underrated neighborhoods here in Southwest Washington. We're gonna cover housing costs, location, and one of the things that's possibly going to make this neighborhood pop as a surprise to you at the end of this video. Let's take a drive. Hi there, I'm Jamie Mushaw with Jamie Mushaw Real Estate. And if you're new to our channel, I help people buy and sell homes here in the Southwest Washington and Portland metro area. I've been doing this for about 30 years now. And what we're gonna do today is show you this neighborhood, Cascade Park, and exactly what is appealing to people and why they are potentially overlooking this area. So Cascade Park is about 10 to 15 minutes away from Portland International Airport. Could be less depending on which end of Cascade Park you live in. Cascade Park has about 10 different neighborhoods, and today we're gonna probably highlight 3 or 4 of them so you can get a really good feel of exactly what you can expect to buy here in Cascade Park and what makes it so special. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first neighborhood. We're almost to our first neighborhood, and I really wanted to chat with you about the livability here in Cascade Park and the location specifically, which I think makes it one of the most appealing neighborhoods here in the area. Again, the location is just minutes away from Portland International Airport, and Cascade Park is essentially a long rectangle, and surrounding that rectangle has every single possible amenity that you could want. Now, this isn't a particularly walkable area to those conveniences, but the great thing about Cascade Park is you're really just a couple minutes, again, from anything that you could possibly want. But the other great thing about Cascade Park is there are a ton of parks throughout the neighborhood. So if you're looking for walkability in terms of is there nature or parks that you can go to, you have a lot of options for that within Cascade Park itself. So this is the first portion of where we want to show you. We're right in between Cascade Highlands and River Ridge neighborhood. Cascade Highlands, River Ridge, Lewis and Clark Woods. These are all neighborhoods that are very similar, and essentially these neighborhoods are on the most western edge of Cascade Park. This was the original portion of Cascade Park. So you're gonna find a lot of 1970s style homes. You're gonna find a lot of one levels in here. During that time frame, there was a lot of split entries or tri-levels as well. So you're really looking at these older style homes. This is gonna be more of your particular starting point area of Cascade Park. If you're looking for a starter home or even maybe a mild move up home, you can also find those here. This is a very affordable part of Vancouver. Price ranges in here can go anywhere from about $475 up to 600-ish on the high end. You could get a little bit higher than 600 if the house has been completely redone and it's bigger. You know, square footage wise, you're probably looking anywhere from about 1,100 square feet up to 2,300 square feet. So you're getting some good square footage. The plus side about all of the western end of Cascade Park is that all of these homes are on pretty big lots. On average, you're probably going to be at about an 8,000 or 9,000 square foot lot. As we move further into Cascade Park, you even see a lot of homes on 10,000 square foot lots. So it's great neighborhood that is really established, has a ton of parks. And if you're looking for that starter style home, Cascade Park is a great option just because it is affordable, and you can find homes that are very conveniently located, especially if you have to commute to Portland. Now, the second neighborhood that we're gonna talk about is called Wildwood Estates. And we're also gonna give a little brief preview of the Bella Vista area. I love Wildwood Estates because it's going to be, again, your more established neighborhood. The one thing about Wildwood Estates is that you're really moving up to your second tier home. This could be, basically an upper level home, depending on which property you find and buy in here. Practically every house in this neighborhood is on bigger than a 10,000 square foot lot. When this neighborhood was built, it was the neighborhood to live in. Most of the homes in this area were built in the 90s, and they were all custom built. So you're not really gonna find any of the same same homes that were built in this particular neighborhood. Basically every home is different in here. And your price point in here is gonna be somewhere around starting about $650, and you can run up to into the nines very quickly in here. I did sell a property in here, which was the highest sales price ever in this neighborhood, for just under $1.1 million. And so you can find a little bit more expensive property in here, but for the most part, the homes in this neighborhood hug around that $800,000 price point, and you really just get a great property in here. And the homes usually range from about, I would say, 2,700 square feet, and you can find properties in here all the way up to 4,000, and there's even a couple homes that are over 4,000 square feet in this neighborhood. But this neighborhood is kind of your premier neighborhood in the Cascade Park area. And this is going to be up your move up homes. This is going to be where you're going from that entry level property. Maybe you still want to be in Cascade Park because you love the convenience of everything. This is more in the central area of Cascade Park to the most southern side of it. So your conveniences of getting to any of the freeways, whether you need to go to 162nd Avenue, which is going to be basically your most eastern border of Cascade Park, or if you just need to hop back on to 205 or Mill Plain, you are only 5 minutes in either direction to either one of those points if you need to commute or travel anywhere. So Wildwood Estates in Cascade Park, definitely a neighborhood you should check out. There's a bunch of parks in here as well. And then the other neighborhood that I want to chat about is kind of even a next step up from Wildwood Estates, and that would be the Bella Vista area. I absolutely love Bella Vista, and the reason I love it is because it's really only a neighborhood of 2 loops, and basically the loops that you're gonna see in Bella Vista are top tier custom built homes. They're all on about half acres. Those homes in there generally start at about 3,000 square feet. To get into those properties, you're probably essentially starting out at about $1 million and can go up to about 1.3-ish in that area, depending on how much updating that they've done. Again, those homes were built in the 90s, but that was another neighborhood that was the it neighborhood when Cascade Park was being built out. And so when Cascade Park was being built out, it started on the the west end, closest to 205, and then it worked all the way down to the 162nd Avenue exit area. And so if you're on the western end of Cascade Park, you're looking at 1970s, early 80s homes. As you move to the middle, you're looking at like 1990s, and then as you get further down to the other end, again, you're about 1990s to 2000s. We're here in our third neighborhood, which we're in East Cascade Park. East Cascade Park is a little bit different than the rest of Cascade Park, and the reasoning behind that is that most of these homes in the East Cascade Park area were built in the 90s, early 2000s, and when you get in this particular area, these lots are definitely not as big as the other portions of Cascade Park. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that basically all of Cascade Park, I didn't mention this before, does not have HOAs. Once you get into East Cascade Park and into these particular neighborhoods, you start having a minimal HOA amount every single month. And that's just really to maintain the parks and the entries and all of the landscape and design that they have here. And so in this particular portion of the East Cascade Park area, your homes, again, they're built in late 90s, early 2000s. Your lot sizes here are gonna be around maybe 7,000 square feet. You can still get a pretty nice size home in here. It's just gonna take up more of the lot. The yards are definitely going to be more manicured in this area because of the HOAs and everything else. And the one cool thing about this area is, again, you're basically sitting right on the eastern edge of Cascade Park. So you're super convenient to everything that you need. This particular neighborhood is actually fairly walkable to the conveniences, shopping, dining, everything else. And so I really want to make sure that you guys know that if you're considering this area, the price points that you're going to be looking at can be anywhere from about $600,000 to $800,000. Your home sizes can range from about 1,400 square feet on a one level, and you can get up to about 3,000, maybe 3,200 square feet for 2 stories. But again, you're going to be on smaller lots. You're definitely more conveniently located than the central part of Cascade Park. But you have to keep in mind is that some of these have HOAs that you're going to have to deal with. So if you don't like HOAs, then this is not going to be particularly a neighborhood for you. But make sure you guys stay around, because I do have the surprise at the end of this video that is going to potentially bring a lot more people have interest in living in this area. So make sure you stay to the end to watch our surprise. We're here in our 4th neighborhood, our bonus neighborhood, which is Fairway Village. It's a 55 and older community here on the east end of Cascade Park, just off of the Highway 14 and 162nd Avenue exit. The great thing about Fairway Village, beyond the fact that it is a 55 and older community, is that there is a 9-hole, 3-par golf course here in the neighborhood. It also has a community center and a swimming pool. So this is an amazing community. If you're 55 and older and you love the golf, it's great. The golf course is amazing. I've golfed there a ton of different times. I've hit plenty of houses in this neighborhood on the golf course because I'm awful. But the great thing about Fairway Village is that all of the homes in here are 1 levels, or if they are 2 stories, they have the primary on the main floor. And most of the homes here are 2-bedroom, 2 baths, or 3-bedroom, 2 baths. They're not big properties. The lots are really small here. You either back to the golf course or you have an interior lot, and you do have HOAs here in the Fairway Village neighborhood. Most of the homes that are in here are probably about anywhere from 1,200. They can get up to like 1,800 square feet with the 2 stories. Most of the 1 levels are around that 1,200 to 1,500 square foot range. And the cool thing about here, again, is that as being part of this community, you have membership to the golf course. You can golf however long you want. It's open year round. It's a great community to live in. And with the Fairway Village neighborhood, the homes in here range from about probably 500,000, and on the high end, you're going to be maybe in the $700,000 price range. There are some bigger homes that sit on the golf course that can go above 700,000. Typically, those homes have been completely remodeled in here in this neighborhood. But if you're 55 and older and you want this style of community, this is a great neighborhood to be in. They also have condominiums that are here in the neighborhood as well. And those condominiums obviously are in a tower building. So you do have the convenience of not having to have a yard to take care of or anything else. If you wanted just that condo style living, they do have those available here in Fairway Village. And now for our bonus, we're gonna head to the place that I think is really gonna be of interest to anyone that is moving to the Cascade Park area and is gonna help this particular neighborhood grow in general. We're here, the moment you've all been waiting for, the star of this show. We're standing in front of Vancouver Station, which has been deemed the largest food cart here in the US. Vancouver Station has about 40 different food carts. Right now, there's only 12 in here. They're still in their soft opening phase. One of the great things about the Vancouver Station is it is directly across from the neighborhoods that we just came from on the eastern end of Cascade Park, sitting here on 162nd Avenue. Here at the Vancouver Station, additionally, on the inside, you have a full bar, you have a dessert bar, you have a coffee bar. And one of the great things about this is that you also have outdoor upper balcony seating area and a ton of outdoor space here as well. And right now you can expect, if you were looking to eat here at the Vancouver Station, you have Thai food, you have Mexican food, you have American food. There's chicken and waffles back there, which I'm very excited to try after we're done here today. I'm probably gonna dive into that. There's boba, you have other drink food carts in here. So this is an amazing location. Again, it's just right across from where we were at. It's a very walkable area. And if you love food as much as I do, you are gonna wanna check out Vancouver Station here on the east end of Vancouver. So just to finish this up, to go over all the neighborhoods that we went through, again, on the western portion of Cascade Park, it's more of your starter area. When you get into central Cascade Park neighborhood, you have that next tier level. You even have some of the executive homes in there as well. And then as you reach down to the eastern end of Cascade Park, those are going to be your newer homes, a little bit smaller lots, HOAs. And then of course, if you're 55 and older, you have Fairway Village. So if you need any information about any of those particular neighborhoods in there, there's about 10 different neighborhoods. We only highlighted a few of them. So if you need more info about that, feel free to reach out. I would love to be your resource for about any questions that you had about the Cascade Park area. If you love this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below, do you think Cascade Park is being overlooked? How is it rated comparatively to Fisher's Landing or other neighborhoods here in the Vancouver area? I'm Jamie Mushaw, and we will see you on the next video.